It's time for another collaborative podcast that no one asked for. From the creators of Cases of Continuity, No New Friends, and Big Beautiful Dis, get ready for Creators United. And now, give it up for your hosts, Ryan, Dane, and Scott.
All right, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Dane, alongside Scott from the New Friends podcast. How you doing, my man?
I'm good. You know, it's funny because we've got this name change coming up. No New Friends sounds weird to me now because
It's always sounded weird.
Well, yeah, it is. It's a little bit of a tongue twister and all that. And I've been working on so many things with the new podcast that I forget that I'm currently on No New Friends. It's confusing times we live in.
Yeah. And also joined alongside by RJ/Mags from Into the Disneyverse. How you doing, my man?
Hey, Dane. You know, it's kind of weird. The name Into the Disneyverse just kind of feels weird to me right now. Like I'm still not fully used to being a full host on a podcast that isn't Remy's Roundtable or Cases of Continuity or Creators United. So it's very different to me.
Yeah. And this is Creators United. In case you didn't know, what
we should
channel
rebrand
this was
the
for a
name.
video. Yeah,
Creators United News Tonight.
It's a little weird. Creators United. No. What would you change the name to? That's the thing. We would have to change like Corky and stuff like that too.
How about a long hair, short hair, no hair?
The three stages of man. That's the new slogan. The three stages of man.
I like that.
So is it just us as the evolution dude? Like our faces exactly. Of the evolution guy?
Yeah, but it works in reverse because Dane probably has pretty good posture. Ryan's slouching a little bit, and I'm almost in a walker.
Yeah.
So it's like the reverse evolutionary chart.
I'll make that, and that'll be the new banner for the YouTube.
I have a hypothetical scenario for this question. The circus comes to town. The circus is a 3-ring circus. Now, one of those rings includes 9 different clowns, okay? The second ring includes 3 horses, 2 tiger trainers, and 1 trapeze artist. The third circle contains a gymnast. It contains a man inside one of those ball things on a motorcycle, and it contains
the ring.
A lion. The ringmaster is in the middle, and there are 5 different elephants going around the outside of the circus as the action's going on within the 3 rings. Okay, you follow?
Sure.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So who would win in a bar fight between Jesus, Allah, and the Buddha?
What the fuck? What kind of question is that?
Jesus.
What
Buddha.
was
Sumo.
Who would
just a
win?
big dude? Big dude. He, sumo wrestling. He's got it.
I completely forget the question. What? I'm focused on the circus.
Win in a bar fight? Jesus, Allah, or Buddha?
Oh, Jesus, easily.
Yeah, but the thing is, you can't draft him because he's got powers.
But that's why he would win, because he has powers.
The Buddha.
I think Allah's got a shot because he's got Muhammad backing him up.
That's true. Now, I mean, let me ask you this. Does any of them have Judas on their side? Because if they do, then Jesus is going down. He's not winning that. So if you get Judas on your side, then you've won the fight.
Yeah. So if I'm drafting my own like fantasy deity team, and someone picks Jesus, I'm picking
Judas. Yeah,
Judas off the bench.
I'm going the cross.
Okay, but does the
Buddha
you go to
get Judas
extra
and the
powers if he's got his lotus?
I don't know. We didn't establish rules for this draft.
It's not even, you're just picking somebody who would win in a fight. It's not even a draft.
We didn't even bring like Vishnu into the situation.
Oh, Vishnu. Did you see him in the one thing?
You're going to say something very offensive to all the Hindus watching this show, aren't you?
I'm trying to figure out.
You know, we have a big Hindu audience, Scott.
I'm trying to figure out what other Bible story references we can come up with, because I'm having a hard time coming up with them.
I was like the story of Mary Magdalene.
Gotta go up some more water for that, you know.
All right.
Then we'll be fine.
What was that?
That was me laughing.
Oh no, it was a ding on my computer. I don't know what that was.
Oh, the FBI finally found you.
Yeah, I think that was it. I think that was it.
You know, the FBI didn't find somebody that we've got on the show tonight, but Dane was kind enough to find them and asked them to be on our show tonight. Who have you got landing in the wings, Dane?
Well, she's not here yet. So, so we have Nicole coming on at some point. Don't know where she is.
Who's
I
Nicole?
hope so.
Okay, she's coming on right now. So we will have
So am
Nicole
I.
from the Remy's Roundtable podcast any minute. Okay, let me ask you this, guys.
Yes.
So I do a lot of work with dementia patients.
Right.
And I do a lot of
Took a very weird turn.
okay. Well, it's
Ask
gonna
us
get
a really
even
sad
weirder.
question.
No. Hold on. It's about to. You're about to understand. So, and I do a lot of the charity the End Alzheimer's, donate to them a lot. So I was at work, and I was looking up coloring, like adult coloring pages, because like you have those, and I was looking up ones for like months, because it's like very bright colors, very big things that they can, see easily. And so I'm looking up on Google September coloring page. And while I'm looking this up, the Google, like, you know how when you look up on Google, the bar comes underneath it, right? And it says like what other people have searched, like fill in the Google search, right?
Jeez, this question has more of a backstory than my circus story.
Well, it's not a question. It's a statement.
Oh,
so
I thought this was a question.
The autofill fills in September 11th coloring page. And I'm like, what is that? So I go on my phone.
I have to see what comes up.
I'm not looking that up on a work computer.
I'm gonna look it up on the Into the Disneyverse channel right now.
So if you look up September 11th coloring page,
there are actually nice ones.
There are coloring pages.
Have you guys seen
the tragedy?
Have you heard about the whole conspiracy theory that Kermit the Frog caused the tragedy?
No,
I remember. I forget it. I've heard it.
So most of these are like
Muppets Christmas special where that came out after 9/11, and they show what the world would have been like if Kermit had never existed. Play on It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah,
and they're in New York City, and you can see the Twin Towers in the background.
Yeah, I mean, this one is unreal.
Most of what I found,
you're just coloring in the tragedy.
No, most of what I found when I Googled it is like remembrance, the 9/11 patch,
not this one.
Lid.
You have the memorial here. That's
There's
nice.
one with the building.
There's one with the. I thought it was going to be more with the. There's one with Bush.
Yeah, Bush sitting
in the Have you seen the one?
There's
have you gone since it's somewhat near you? Have you been to the Flight 93 Memorial?
I have not. I've been to the Trade Center one. I've not been to the Flight 93 one.
I would suggest checking out the memorial. It's obviously very emotional, but very moving.
I can't bring myself to do it.
That's fair.
I can't.
So what I've got in the background, just to show, this is
that's the one I saw.
This should not exist.
Yeah, this is just horrible.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
All
right, make it your background so that we can see what it is.
My
God. Okay, I think I'm looking at the one that you're looking at. Is it
the it gets worse.
Where is it?
What is it?
Is it the one with Osama and the planes?
Yes, going.
Okay, yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's from the New Yorker. I think it's meant to be a joke.
Bro.
I can't. I can't.
Okay, enough of this.
Wow, it's from the book 9/11, a children's book for freedom.
I couldn't believe that a 9/11 coloring page existed. What's up, Nicole?
So, Nicole, tell us about the podcast that you're on, that people can hear you on each week.
Oh, yes. I am on Remy's Roundtable each week, and that is always a lot of fun. It's about the Central Florida theme parks, or at least it's supposed to be.
Believe me, I have questions about that.
I have so many questions.
I have answers. Can't guarantee they'll be relevant.
I'm so glad that you're finally, because we have so
I
many
am
questions.
so excited.
Yes.
And Remy's
I
not
believe
here.
you.
He was. I don't know if he is anymore.
Well, that's fine that he's watching. He can't interrupt.
Oh, that's
Okay.
true.
Oh yes,
I can.
Yes. He's not even hosting tomorrow's episode.
That's
Of what?
true,
Who's hosting?
Jen.
Jen.
Oh, one of his patrons.
Why?
Because he lost.
Oh, he lost a bet.
He lost his
Yeah.
privileges.
Gotcha. Okay. So Nicole, how did this come to be? How
Yeah.
did you find yourself on Remy's Roundtable, the Florida theme park podcast?
So Remy and I were friends on the face page because we had met doing a scare acting thing back pre-COVID.
At a certain Orlando theme park.
Wait.
No, actually it
No.
was Dark Horizons.
Oh, it's not what I thought you were. I thought it's not the
what
one
you
that
were
I
thinking.
thought.
Yeah, it was Dark Horizons, and so we met doing that. We were Facebook friends, and at one point, I guess beginning of last year, Remy had put out a post, hey, anybody that's in the entertainment industry in Central Florida, if you're interested in being on the podcast, let me know. I said, ooh, pick me. And he messaged me, and the rest is history.
Were you familiar about Remy's Roundtable before that?
Do you wish
Not a
that
clue.
you had familiarized yourself with the podcast before committing to it?
No, not even.
Okay.
I do things on the fly, you know?
Fair.
Yeah.
I gotta congratulate you because we have all had a stint as co-hosts on Remy's
We have.
Roundtable.
Yeah.
Some of us have been the dangerous co-host at one point or another. But you
I'm
are,
I
actually
always say I'm a
named
danger
after
to
the-
myself and others, so you know, there's that.
you are the longest running host. And in fact, if you
Yes.
take all of his co-hosts that are no longer on the show, add our visits together or our hosting episodes together, you have more episodes than all of us combined.
Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
stopped counting.
How does
That's-
it feel?
I don't know. It's time just keeps slipping away very quickly, so
She's
I
like,
have
I
no
gotta find
idea
some
how
new
much time.
hobbies.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask, we've talked about how you were been part of Remy's Roundtable for a decent amount of time now. Any super memorable or favorite episodes come to mind?
Ooh.
They each have their own little quirks. Not gonna lie.
That's the
That's-
best word for it.
That's true.
That's a good word for it.
Yeah.
My favorite segment that I did was the Davy Jones theme one, but
That was a good
it
one.
wasn't
is a good
necessarily
one.
that whole episode.
Were you
There
on
were
the
several in which
the
I would-
Great Movie Ride one?
Yes.
Can
That's
I
mine.
mute
That was fun.
Dane? Anytime
Sorry.
he interrupts
Sorry,
the
Scott.
guests,
Sorry.
let me just mute him.
Sorry.
It's
I'm trying to do my best. I'm doing my best Remy impression.
okay. My ADD interrupts me all the time, so
Well, that's fine. You're the
you're
guest.
just joining the party.
You can interrupt as
Oh.
much as you want.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I've got some questions from audience members.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Plural?
I
Questions
think me
plural?
and you have the same question.
I think we all have the same question.
Well,
yeah,
because we're all in the group.
Oh yeah,
text.
because I put it in the group.
Okay, so are the rumors of Remy creating a hostile work environment true?
Define hostile. No. I mean, do we sometimes want to like smack somebody upside the head? Not necessarily Remy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's usually
Oh.
a regular occurrence, but I think that's
Oh.
just a normal thing.
Okay.
It's
all
not
right.
always the same person. It's just often, I'm sure people want to smack me upside the head many times. So
That's never true at all, ever. Okay, I have lots of follow-up questions to this. So
okay.
in one episode, you and Mark McKay, the comedic genius, Mark McKay, did this bit
I was gonna ask the same thing.
where you switched places.
I'm glad I
Which
was there for that
series?
episode.
It was excellent.
So what went behind coming up with that? And then once you answer kind of the planning of that and how that played out, I have a follow-up question for you.
Okay. I'm trying to remember exactly how that came about. Oh, Mark and I were discussing having wine because we were both having wine on one episode. And we were just, he and I also have these little side conversations the whole time.
I want to be in that group text. I want to be in that group chat. I think all of us would pay money.
I would love to be in that group.
That should be a Patreon
perk.
I know I've
Patreon
messaged
perk.
you and Mark separately a few times during some episodes, but not continuously.
Yeah, he and I do the Stadler and Waldorf thing on our own episodes.
That is the Patreon
That's a Patreon
perk
yeah.
that I would pay for.
Well,
That's
it's funny. I
incredible.
even said that at one point. I was like, we should have a podcast that records while Remy's podcast is happening.
That's exactly what
We did once do a group watch.
we did.
We
for
did a
Remy's
group
Roundtable
watch,
episode.
yes.
Yeah.
And that is when we heard the sandwich apology.
Yeah,
and
that
the now
was the-
famous
that
sandwich
was the
apology
sandwich
for the 9/11
Well,
clip.
That's why we did it, because it was the sandwich episode that we needed to hear the apology. So we all got in a group call.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. But yeah, so we decided, ooh, how funny would it be if we just like shit talked in person? And then it was like, ooh, let's do where we switch places halfway through. So I went over to his house and we drank Snoop Dogg wine and switched places halfway through the episode.
I love that.
was
I
great.
love that.
That's so funny.
Now, as a result of that bit, of course, the rumor mills were swirling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh,
there were texting going back and forth. So set the record straight. Okay.
I'm a topic of discussion. This is awesome. Okay,
Yes,
carry
yes.
on.
The fact that you and Mark were in the same place. First of all, now we knew that you weren't the same person. It's not a Clark Kent Superman thing, but set the record straight. Is there a romantic connection there?
No,
Okay.
definitely not. No.
All right. Hear that, Chris? She's single. All right. Wait, are you single? Are you dating? Wait, what's your status? Complicated?
I'm a singly.
Okay, gotcha. You don't got
Scott,
time
just
for no
because there
man.
was a female on the show doesn't
much.
mean you're
I know.
still
I
a
don't know
married
how to
man.
act. I don't. This is like strange territory for me.
Well,
What are
it's
you
like in the
talking about?
Aristocats. You're not a lady. You're nothing but a sister. I'm nothing but a sister. Just
Okay,
You're
there we
good.
go. I love it. So you have a really cool entertainment background in Orlando. I've taken over this interview, boys. I
There you
apologize.
go.
I don't
You're
get a
you're
lot
you're
of
asking
one-on-one
every question
opportunities.
that I had written down.
Perfect.
so-
I'm on
Perfect.
Remy's Roundtable often enough. So
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
have not had enough one-on-one time with Nicole, so this is my opportunity. So
There you go.
Fair enough.
You,
You
have
don't
a
have
really,
good any one-on-one time with your wife either.
No, she hates me. So
Oh.
you've got a really cool entertainment background here in Orlando. You are a performer at Pirates Dinner Show.
Mhm. Pirates
Tell me
Dinner
all about
Adventure.
that. What do you do? How did you get into that?
So I'm not so much on the pirate side anymore. That's a story for another day.
Okay.
But I'm still in the
Get you some more of that
building.
Snoop Dogg wine and we'll get you talking.
The
I'll need a lot of
$300
it,
wine
but
that
yeah,
Remy got for his
there's
birthday.
a story, but we won't go into that. But I am still in the building. I am over at Jewel Speakeasy, and it's, as the name suggests, like a little speakeasy, kind of associated with the other dinner show in the building, Vaudeville Variety Review. In the portion of the building known as Teatro Martini. So I'm over there. We do dueling pianos, and we also have charity gaming. So I am pit boss right now. I got promoted to pit
Wow.
boss. So I run the craps, blackjack, and roulette. And I do all the things. So they got rid of the tech for the room and let me do the lighting and sound
Oh,
in
wow.
the room while I'm running
And
all
of
the
course
tables.
gave you more money too, because now you're doing two jobs. No.
Not
okay.
even a little bit. Not
No,
even a
that's
little
Orlando
bit.
for you.
That's
Yeah,
Remy's
pretty
Roundtable
much.
for you.
And that's Pirates Dinner Adventure for you. They're gonna milk you for every little thing that you can possibly give
Fair.
them and not give you any compensation whatsoever. But it's
Now,
fun.
now we know how
and
Darren feels.
Stop. So that's in the same building? It's in the same complex?
Same building.
Wait,
Mhm.
I didn't even know that existed, and I love Pirates Dinner Show.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it used to pre-COVID, it's the same room that they did the VIP area for
Okay.
Pirates in.
I'm familiar
Yeah,
with
it's
that
that little
because
side room.
my wife is rich, so every time we go to these like dinner shows, she always springs for the VIP.
Yeah. So pre-COVID, it was the VIP room, but now
Okay.
it is its own little entity where we have the dueling pianos. We started doing karaoke on
Oh,
Thursday
cool.
nights.
Mm.
So I host that, which means if nobody volunteers to sing, it
You
becomes
sing a
the
lot.
Bubbles
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
What are the best karaoke songs? Like what are you pulling up when there's no one that shows
Rainbow
up?
Connection, Kermit the Frog.
There you go.
No, but that one I will tell you about in a moment. I'll answer the karaoke songs first, but there is a story about Rainbow Connection,
I
and
love
it's
this.
great. So I always, not always, but I try to find things that are a little bit less common to sing.
Okay.
So Caro Emerald, I'm not sure if you're familiar with any of her stuff, but I usually like to pull out Just One Dance or That Man. My favorite go-to is But I Am a Good Girl from the movie Burlesque. Christina
Okay.
Aguilera sings it. So that's my favorite go-to. That's one people like me to do. I love doing Nutshell by Alice in Chains. I've recently done Snuff by Slipknot. Heartbreaker is a crowd favorite. Always love Beatles, so
How do you
Blackbird
do
I'll pull out.
Slipknot at karaoke? Is that
With the
one where
microphone.
they sing or where do they
Yeah,
do the Cookie
it's a
Monster
very
stuff?
singy one. It's a very, very dark and depressing song, which is
Oh,
exactly
okay.
the kind of music I listen to and love.
I
So
thought you were
Okay.
gonna tell me that it's like from Iowa and it's like really, really, really heavy.
I mean it's heavy, but not screamy heavy.
Okay.
Just very dark and depressing and lovely.
Huh.
And
Okay.
Rainbow Connection. So one of the pianists that frequents Jewel, he is basically the cast of the Muppets all together. So he'll sing our favorite thing. We make him do it every time. He'll sing Rainbow Connection, starts as Kermit, and then he'll take audience suggestions for various Muppets, like their favorite Muppets.
Oh,
Wow.
that's cool.
He
That is cool.
does their voice. He replicates their voice exactly. So he'll go through like 8 different Muppets, whatever the crowd wants, for the rest of the song. Like he'll give each character a line or two. Usually Miss Piggy's thrown in there. Gonzo's a popular one. We always
Animal.
love Beaker and Swedish Chef.
New
Oh,
Zealand.
Animal's a fun one. He does all of them. He's done Rizzo. He's done Sam Eagle. He does
that's so
Fozzie.
cool.
All of it. And I swear to God, if you close your eyes, you think that you're watching
Huh.
the cast of the Muppets. It's that in and of itself is worth a visit.
That's
It's
interesting.
definitely worth
Yeah.
checking
You will
out.
have to contact Ryan and let him know about that because he's headed down to
Yeah.
Florida.
And
He
he's
loves
down
the
next week.
Muppets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is
Yeah.
Jewel like a pre-show to the Pirates Dinner Show? Is it a post-show? Is it just a separate entity?
It's both a separate entity and a post show. So
Okay.
you have to be 21 to enter, but the adults that are over in Pirates, like adult friend groups or couples, we try to encourage them to stop by Jewel after the show.
Gotcha.
And that's always fun, especially if they come in already hammered.
Yes,
That
because
can
it's like,
definitely be an adventure.
yeah.
Has
Ryan,
Remy ever come in hammered?
He has not come at all.
Wow. Even though he
Once
says
we-
he's going to every week.
Wow.
He
okay.
does. I've been trying for months now, and he's like, "Oh, we're gonna come." And there've even been times like day up, "Oh, we're coming tonight." Yeah, nah,
Hmm.
no
That's
show.
classic Remy for you. More inaccuracies.
yeah.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes I wonder if that's a bit, the inaccuracies.
No.
100% not.
No.
Not a bit.
The whole
I've
thing
tried
about
to give him
Tom
a little
Brady
credit,
coaching.
but I figured as much.
Yeah, Tom Brady coaching the Buccaneers a couple weeks ago. That was the one that got me. Like,
Oh, some classic ones. Penny Hardaway is going to be the coach of the Magic.
Yeah.
the Reggie
Rock and Roller
Jackson and
Coaster.
Randy Jackson.
Oh,
Coaster.
Reggie. Oh my God. I'll tell Nicole that story because that predates her. But
Oh,
when
right.
he was like, breaking news, you're hearing it here first. Rock and Roller Coaster, when it reopens, is going to be
No,
Queen.
Nicole was there for that
No,
one.
she was there.
Oh
the
yeah,
Reggie
no,
and
I've,
Randy
I've
Jackson,
been there
she
for that
was.
one. He's done it about 1,000,000 times
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, like every
So,
2 years, it's gonna close. And
I
become
don't
Queen.
know
Every
how
2 months.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was during celebrity birthdays or whatever, but
It was celebrity
It was
birthdays
celebrity birthdays.
on
It was-
Disney.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was like Reggie.
It was Reggie Jackson.
Jackson's birthday. Yeah.
Reggie Jackson.
That's
And
right.
he's like, oh, the host of American Idol? No, like the first African American to play professional baseball. That
That's
guy.
that's not Reggie Jackson.
What? You talking about Jackie Robinson?
See, I was close, but
No, you weren't.
Not at all.
No, not at all. But
You're about as
Anyway.
close as Remy was.
I would look,
Man,
he
now
knows my
Scott, you're being compared to
baseball.
Remy now.
Oh my god. Oh no.
That
No,
was a
Reggie
classic Remy
Jackson's
moment.
Mr. October, isn't he? He's
Oh
the-
yeah. He played for the one team, the Yankees.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's always, you never know what is going to come out of his mouth.
That's true.
And if it's true, and so that's why when I hosted, I decided I was going to take over the news, and I was going to call it inaccurate news, because we couldn't call it news. Like,
Yeah.
whenever
But then you
Fox
left the
News
show
has
and it
more
became very
truth
confusing.
than Remy's Roundtable, like we can't call it news anymore.
Yeah. You could call it the rumor mill. That would be.
Could call it we tried.
That would
We've
be
tried to get
interesting.
him to
we
turn
did
it.
try. You did try. Now,
That's all
Nicole,
you can
as
do.
being a
That's all I can do.
as being a host, does it piss you off as much as us listeners that he gets all these news sources from?
Yes. All it takes is a stupid Google search. I mean, if you really need to be fancy, go to Snopes.com. I don't know. It's not that hard though.
Well, read the article, not just the headline.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
the thing. He falls into the clickbait all the time. That's his problem.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for him to report on Monstropolis going in Muppet. I don't know if he did or not yet. I don't know. He's probably reported
We
that as
talked about the
fact.
potential of it, but he didn't say it was certain.
Thank God. I was gonna say he probably reported that as fact right away.
No.
Well, I love there was the most recent time that he brought up the Queen thing with the rock and roll coaster. He goes, confirmed from people who work at the park. I go, no.
He says that all the time.
There's
has his
so many
inside
things wrong
sources.
with that statement, and just no.
Yeah.
Oh, the funniest
guy
part
who-
about that was then Queen sold their catalog like the day
Right.
after the episode was released.
the guy who sells me my Bud Light at the beer cart is not reliable source for these
At all.
stories.
Yeah.
Now,
I
one
mean,
other
that's
thing that
worse
Remy
than
is
using
known for.
Wikipedia as a scholarly source.
You got to give it to him though. Queen does make sense because Disney did own their catalog. They don't anymore, so it would make sense. I mean, he was on the right track at one point in time, but not anymore.
Even a broken watch works twice a day.
That's
See, now another thing that
That's
Remy's
true.
known for is AI. Famously, he uses
Oh
AI
my
to
God.
write a lot of the news. He also, if you've listened to any of his episodes, has his AI ads and, most famously, his AI theme songs for the segments. Nicole, have you heard the AI theme song to your segment?
I heard part of it, and I'm like, can't we do something?
Do you listen
now?
back to the episodes?
I can't stand my own voice. I can't
Okay.
stand hearing my voice, so I don't.
can't.
Fair.
I don't like listening to myself either in front of other people. So that's reasonable.
So yeah, I've not gone back and listened. That
Um,
sounds terrible, doesn't it?
no, I'll tell you
No,
what.
no.
If
No,
you want an
it's-
idea of
it's-
what it sounds like, Google the load sound for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my god.
Not
And-
anymore. Not anymore.
Oh, not
He's
so
gotten
never
better
again.
at that.
That ended like a couple years ago.
Okay, imagine if you name a song or some sort of singer or an artist, he's going to play a sound clip from that artist.
That's-
so just
That one's rough.
That's not AI though. You have to give him that.
No, the AI songs are because there's one for your segment, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
There's one for the beginning of the show. There's one for Mike's segment, and there's one for Mark's segment.
I wonder where he got that from to put like
From
jingles
Nick- from
before
Chris.
a segment.
Oh yeah, from Chris.
Chris
Well-
started that.
I'm still annoyed about the thumbnail that he has for not last week's episode, the one
Oh, the
before, I
Little
think.
Mermaid one?
Yeah. Like,
Oh, it's so bad.
it's so bad. And I provided him with a bunch of other photos. If you're going to mention me in the title and you're going to show female, show
Oh,
me.
the
Like,
aerial.
Yeah,
that's
because you were a
fine.
mermaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I sent him a bunch of at least decent photos, hell of a lot better than the one he used. I was like, here, Photoshop Mickey into any of these because I'm as a mermaid in the water at the beach. Like, Photoshop Mickey in here. Anywhere. It's fine. Like,
Well, and not just the AI art for the covers. He used the AI for the titles. My favorite title is still Barely Fast and Furiously Apologetic for the 9/11 apology. And the Bear in the Magic Kingdom.
it hurts me on the inside.
I like the one that's called Nicole's in quotes Frozen segment. He named the whole episode after a segment.
Well, the most recent one was what was
The most recent
newest
one's
episode?
in quotes.
Hercules Zero to Hero and the HHN Lowdown.
Even though we had
It's
no
quote unquote
HHN
frozen. We don't know if her segment is frozen or not.
There was also one week
Brain
that you were
freeze? I
not
don't
there,
know.
Nicole. So you missed a week, and the next episode is called Ministry of Magic and Nicole's Triumphant Return.
And that's the one with the terrible thumbnail that makes it look like
the one with the terrible.
yeah, that makes it look like that AI
Nicole's-
generated female is me, and I'm like, it's not. Like, not that she's not pretty or anything, but I'm just like, don't say it's me, and then
Well, yeah, it's a
I don't
fake
know.
person.
It just bothers me.
Fair.
But no, what really bothered me though is like, is there a way to change the thumbnail? And he goes, no.
Yeah, there
Bye-bye.
is.
That's what you jumped to.
There is, by the way.
I said there absolutely is.
There is. There
Mhm.
is. Have you ever gotten close to leaving the show?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. I was just wondering, would there ever be a time that you would legitimately leave the show, or would you have to have like
Yeah,
some
when she
sort of massive
fulfills her
run?
mandated community service hours.
That, or if I get some other obligation that will like pay me or is
Well,
Are you
listen,
calling for a pay raise?
I hope you guys don't, because we've been associated with Remy's Roundtable, listening.
I
to
have
Remy's
listened to
Roundtable.
every
Long
episode of
time,
Remy's
long
Roundtable.
time.
That's because you
still
have
out
an
there.
illness. But
It's because I have a job that I just need something in the background all the time.
and it's gone through so many different iterations, so many different co-hosts. I can honestly say that this right now is the best that
Yes.
Remy's Roundtable has
Yes.
ever been.
yay.
You and Mark bring this amazing dynamic, this amazing, should we call it chemistry? But no, you guys are so solid, so funny, and we definitely all enjoy listening. The only thing better than listening is watching Mark react to some of the things that Remy says on YouTube
Yes.
or on Twitch.
Yes.
Hey, the only thing better than that is being on the show live for it. And if you want, to, you can
Yes.
go to patreon.com/Remy's Roundtable, $3 a month.
And that gets you a co-hosting spot.
Yeah, you get to be a co-host as well. Now, I do
he
want to
did
ask
pers-
Nicole.
he
I've
did
never asked
recently
you this
put out on
before.
Facebook again looking for a
What's the
co-host.
significance behind the stretching? You do a lot of stretching during the live shows. Is there
Yes.
significance behind that?
If I sit for a long time, I just get antsy, and I'm a flexible person, so just my hands have to be doing something. So why not my foot over my head? It
Do you do
And
like
also it helps
relieves the
views.
sciatic pressure, What'd you say?
Nothing.
That's fair.
Do you
Scott.
do gymnastics? Gymnastics?
Yeah, a little bit. I did dance, I did competitive cheerleading, a little bit of gymnastics. While I was doing a lot over on the pirate side of Pirates Dinner Adventure, I was an aerialist.
Mm.
So. And I've just always been very bendy. I did a lot of yoga until the hip surgeries. I kind of backed off of the yoga after I had hip surgeries, but just always been stretchy.
Are you Elastigirl from The Incredibles?
I mean, pretty much. Pretty much. Like pre-hip surgery, I could hook my feet behind my head, make myself my own little rocking chair. But yeah, hip surgery.
Where do you like learn to do that? Like, how do you figure out like you can just do that all of a sudden?
Try it and you don't break your leg. Like, oh.
But like,
Pretty
what
much. I
spurs
don't
somebody
know.
to do that? Like, do you just get bored one day?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I've just like I always even sleep in weird positions. I think when I was younger, my mom has a picture of me somewhere. I don't know what she did with it. But I'm laying on the sofa. I fell asleep and I must have like been some way and just turned, but I'm quite literally doing a split in my sleep. My foot is like beside, like just above my head. The other one is down. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just very bendy and very not right in the head. So.
I don't think any of us are.
No, none of us are. That's why we've all spent time on Remy's Roundtable.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Where does your Disney fandom come from?
I don't know. I've just always been a Disney fan. Free Little Mermaid. Peter Pan was hands down favorite movie. I think probably in large part because of the non-Disney but Mary Martin like musical version. We had that on VHS, and I watched that thing so many times the VHS just stopped functioning.
Oh my God,
But
so did
I
I.
adored. Yeah,
Yes.
it's so good. I love it.
Yes. Now, did you watch Peter Pan live when it was on NBC with Allison Williams and Christopher Walken?
I watched part of it. Christopher Walken. No, I couldn't.
Oh,
I watched part of it, but I couldn't.
He was Christopher Walken, but I loved it. I thought it was so good. And
was he Peter Pan or Captain Hook?
Who was he?
He was Captain
He was
Hook.
Captain Hook.
Oh, okay. I was wondering if he was like all the
Smee.
Lost Boys.
Yeah. And then I'm sure
I've
you
got
watched...
a hook for a hand.
I'm
Pretty
sure you
much
watched So You Think You Can Dance. Like any scene.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. One of the Alex Wang was in that show, and Alex was a huge fan favorite. He was a ballet dancer, and then performed one of the best hip hop routines with Twitch, which was incredible. But then he broke his leg during rehearsal, and they had to pull him out of the competition.
No.
So then on the finale, they always kind of redo some of the best scenes. Ellen stepped in for him and did the duet with Twitch. It was really cool.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say that Scott yourself stepped in and did the routine for him.
No, just Alex Wang was in Peter Pan. He was one of the Native Americans.
Oh. Yay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tinkerbell would be one of my dream roles, like theme park Tinkerbell. Actually, zipline Tinkerbell would be probably.
Oh, have you ever tried to do that?
From what I've heard, they hire in-house and they already have a very solid little team of people that I don't think anybody's going anywhere anytime soon. It's a very coveted role.
Could you do this? Okay, this is a dream job.
I am the correct size and I am physically fit enough to do the job.
Oh, no. Yeah, no, I have no doubts, but I now
Scott's looking for a resume.
No, I have my dream job for you, and I'm gonna need you to pursue this. Could you do any stunt work?
Absolutely. Like I said, I was an aerialist.
He's hiring you.
Indiana Jones stunt show.
For context, Scott is obsessed.
Marion, yeah.
And then you could introduce me to people that you perform with, especially
he wants
the
to
ones
meet
that
know several of the indies.
Trying to get closer to Justin.
I know several of the indies
too.
Wait,
compare notes here.
I may or may not be have a restraining order out against me with
he doesn't. He doesn't.
No way.
I don't.
No. All right, Scott, what's the name of your the hot indie that you talk about on No New Friends?
Justin. He's the Wednesday 115 indie. He was in Galactic Star Cruiser.
I don't know him super well, but I do.
He looks like
I've
Taylor
met.
Lautner. And then I have met Chris.
Chris? I didn't know he
No.
was in that show.
Indie Chris.
Oh,
I
Indian
think, yeah,
Chris?
I think I
His wife
vaguely know.
is also in the stunt show. She plays Marion during some shows, and then she plays one of the villagers.
Okay.
Do you know who was
One of the towns.
the original Marion? Do you know who played her in the stunt show? One
Not
of
a
the
clue.
original Marions?
Not a
It was
clue.
actually Bob Weiss's daughter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she was in that show. And I think she was the original.
Really? I didn't
one of
know
them,
that.
Yeah.
Super cool.
The only one I know is Kevin Broussard, who was the original Indy.
Yeah.
Ah.
At this point,
He's the
everybody knows
famous.
that.
I mean, he's the famous one.
Yeah.
Nicole, have you
Yeah.
ever tried to or auditioned for a role in a Disney theme park?
I have auditioned several times for roles in the Disney theme parks. There are very few roles for somebody as short as me.
Mm.
Basically, I'm mouse height. So there have been a few occasions in which, like, I got through the character performer auditions, but they said, okay, you made it to our pool, but we don't have anything currently open. If something opens up within the next 6 months, we'll give you a call, but there's nothing currently available for your height.
What does an audition process look like for the costumed characters? Like, because you can't speak for them as opposed to
so,
like the face ones, I would
so
think.
part of it is like, it's not really a dance routine, but they'll give you like a basic movement routine, and they'll also give you like improvised situations, and you have to do very exaggerated gestures. So because your gestures will get swallowed by the costume. So you have to show that you can take these improvised scenarios, what you would do, and gesture as though you were wearing a giant costume.
You just said giant gestures and swallow in the same conversation.
Okay, Scott.
So
come on, man. You
This is
said
not
that out
known
loud,
I'm 12.
man. You
I
said
don't
that
get
out
it.
loud.
Well, I'm 5, so I have
Keep
no
those
idea
thoughts in
what
your
I just
head.
said.
Keep those thoughts in your head.
I have no idea what I just said, that there was anything wrong with that.
No, it wasn't
I
on
am
you,
5
Nicole. That
years
was
old.
completely on
it's
Scott.
on me. It's on me. I'm 12.
So I see a piano behind you, or like
Yes.
beside you.
Nice
Do
little
you
keyboard.
play piano?
A little bit of piano. I play enough to have gotten me through my music theory courses, like the basic piano portion of that. I play enough to teach beginner piano. I teach voice, and with teaching at that studio, it also required that I teach like beginner piano.
Wait, you teach voice?
Mhm.
What part of town are you located in?
The studio that I'm
Executive.
at is up in Winter Park.
Really?
So it's quite a trek for me because I live down by the Disney parks.
Do you live in a white neighborhood?
Stop. I do.
Whoa,
Stop.
Dane.
Stop.
Dane.
Stop. That was way worse than what I did.
I can't go anywhere with the two of you guys.
Okay, so
Gosh.
we're gonna have to talk because I've got a 12-year-old who has a beautiful voice, but as she's getting in, it's so competitive for girls.
Oh yeah.
Like
And
when I was in high
sopranos
school,
are a dime a dozen. It's rough.
when I got in high school, I got every role that I ever wanted because there was like 5 guys auditioning for 6 roles. But she's got a beautiful voice. She has no formal training, and this is not me saying she's got a beautiful voice because I'm her dad. No, she has a gorgeous voice.
She does.
So I would love to talk offline if you have space available for new clients.
Yeah, definitely.
Love to connect.
Awesome. Yeah, I'd love that. I'd absolutely
that
love
was
that.
beautiful. That was beautiful what just happened there.
Making connections.
Yes.
Look at this.
Yes. All because of the Podfather himself, fucking Remy. Remy's
the reason that we know Scott.
Expand because of
Remy's the reason that we all know everybody.
Yes,
no, Dane and I would still know each other even if like Remy wasn't there, because Dane and I were both in Diz His.
That's true. That's true.
So Dane and I would still know each other, but the two of us would not
as
know
well
Scott
though.
if not for
not
Remy.
as well.
Okay, so I guess Remy is the key that the reason that I know everybody or that everybody
Yes.
knows me. That's
100% you. Yeah.
The reason I know everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris wouldn't be on No New Friends.
Chris wouldn't be
No
on
New
New
Friends
New
might
Friends.
not be a thing anymore if
It would
wasn't.
definitely not be a thing
Yeah.
anymore.
Chris might not be a host on Disneyverse, which means that Ryan and I would probably not be hosts on Disneyverse.
Hey, he wouldn't. There's a specific reason why.
Because no,
This
you're
is the
absolutely
Nexus moment. This is like it's a wonderful life.
Remy's
like,
the
for
string
Remy,
puller.
be crazy.
no, because if you're right, if
He's like the TVA people.
without Remy, I don't meet Chris.
Uh-huh.
Chris doesn't come on the podcast. No New Friends fizzles out at some point. Mary and I never come on Diz Journey. Nobody ever stays at my house.
You got to be really careful about what
I'm
you're
not
about
going
to
any
say.
further. But
I was like, what are you about to say?
Mags and Ryan never become hosts of Diz's as a result.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. Oh, Jesus. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Don't tell
didn't-
Remy. It'll inflate his ego.
He already knows, and he already.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
let's be
That's why
real.
we
At
call
this
him-
point, everyone knows at this point.
Hold on. Let me change my background. That is why Remy is our Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
You could probably just say, like, everyone knows, especially who
don't-
watch this show, you know?
Nope, doesn't matter. We're not
No.
gonna. We're not gonna.
Okay. All right.
Not
So-
publicly.
Real quick, I have another topic for us. Real
Well, that was
quick.
quite a transition, Dane.
But we're gonna
there we go, Nicole.
fast transition from that. So this will be real simple, and then we'll end the episode. So we're all music fans here. Scott is a huge music fan. Nicole's a huge music fan. I'm a huge music fan.
Wow,
So
and I'm chopped liver.
exactly, you're not on the boat with us when it crashes and sinks, and we're all deserted on the island. So
What?
no, I'm kidding. So we're all on a cruise together. Wonderful Bohemian cruise. And
That we booked
all
through
of a
Sandpiper
sudden-
Vacations.
yes, and then all of a sudden tragedy strikes. We're deserted on an island. It's like Gilligan's Island. We each have 3 albums.
Nicole, I apologize for whatever question he's about to ask.
We
not
have
put him up to
3
this.
albums
okay.
that we
Oh.
have with us. What albums are you bringing to that desert island?
Ooh.
Deserted island, I should say.
Do we have a CD player to play them on?
Yes, yeah, we have
Or
all
a
the
record player.
music equipment. It doesn't matter what format it's on. We have all the necessary equipment to play them.
And if we don't, I will sing it for you.
Yes,
perfect.
exactly.
Well, it's a pretty easy one for me. I can start us off here.
Go right ahead.
Elvis's Gold Album, Frank Sinatra's Reprise Collection.
Okay, hold on. I forgot to. I didn't think anyone would go there. They have to be studio and non-greatest hits. You can't be bringing compilations onto here. They have to be like studio albums, no live, no compilations.
Well, I don't know studio albums.
Why
so
are
not
there
many
rules to
Susan
this?
Googling.
You said any
because you could
3
just
CDs.
bring. You
Thank
say
you,
like
Scott.
if you want
Thank you,
Kiss, you
Scott.
just bring Kiss Alive because that all has
Like,
great.
I'm gonna
songs
bring
on
my
it.
mix CD of every song ever made.
No,
I only need one.
That's cheating, man. That's
You-
come on now.
What about what was the song from Spaceship Earth? Box, like whatever that was.
Tomorrow's Child.
No,
Tomorrow's Child.
Are you bringing the,
background
Epcot
music?
Are you bringing the Epcot album from
I would
1982?
not bring the
I have
Epcot
that.
album.
I have that.
I know
Well,
you
that's-
do, motherfucker.
Whoa,
I want that album.
it's got Dramatic Fest.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I'm going with the Disney Park soundtrack.
Okay.
That way I can always have the Disney parks, as long as it's got to have all 4 though, right? Or do I need one of each?
No, that
It is
counts.
one
That counts as
soundtrack.
one.
Okay. Then I'm
Yeah, movie soundtracks are a different thing because that's not a compilation of like the artist's greatest catalog, except the Queen Bohemian Rhapsody soundtrack. That's a compilation.
Now there's a whole thing here.
I'm not trying to. It's
There's
too
whole
easy to just say
stipulations.
Frank Sinatra's greatest hits, man.
So
to make
basically,
it a
say
little bit
something, and
harder.
if it's invalid, Dane will stop us.
Yes.
And
Yeah, yes.
I will say no. I'm not allowed. I'm going to be TSA. You can't bring that on.
You're like a 5-year-old coming up with rules to a card game. It's like, I win. Like, what?
I'm just trying to make myself win a non-winnable game.
Non-winnable game.
This
Isn't
isn't
that
a
the story of
win
life?
situation.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the parks thing,
Okay.
the Islands of Adventure parks music,
Okay.
and then
We're going all
the
parks music. I see.
Indiana Jones soundtrack.
Which one? Which movie?
Raiders.
Raider. Okay. All right. Good one. Good ones. Mags, he's looking stuff up. He's
Yeah, I have
looking
to
up
Google
probably
them. I just
albums, yeah.
listened to compilations on Spotify.
Yeah,
about
because he's
you,
trying to
Nicole?
figure out if it violates Dane's rules that we just came up with.
Yeah,
What
I don't
about
want to
you,
break the
Nicole?
contract. I don't want to break
That
the
you didn't
contract.
sign.
My first one is Elvis, so That's the Way It Is, Vault
Okay.
studio album. My second one is the movie soundtrack to Chicago, 2002.
Ooh, okay.
Still looking up my Frank Sinatra albums, so get back to me.
All right.
Okay. I'm trying to think of albums that I have not gotten sick of,
Burn
even
out
though
on,
I like I play them on repeat. First one that comes to mind is Transit of Venus by 3 Days Grace. There's no skip tracks on that, and I've not gotten sick of it yet. I almost want to say Beatles White Album, just because there's the most music on that one, the most music time, like the most songs that I'm gonna be able to get the best bang for the buck, you know? So maybe that one. And then kind of a toss up between the Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack. I know I'd have to pick one, and it's hard to say if I would go 2 or 3. Can I say 2 and 3? Or like the first trilogy Pirates soundtrack?
I approve.
Yeah,
Dane's rules
you're
don't
the
matter.
guest. You're the guest.
We'll say the first trilogy.
All right.
Just because they 2 and 3 really just kind of go together. They're
That's-
basically one movie, part 1, part 2.
Yeah.
The Pirates of the Caribbean soundtrack. And then the opera Carmen. So we'll say toss up
Ooh.
between Carmen and the White Album.
Okay.
But definitely 3 Days Grace, definitely Pirates soundtrack.
I love it.
I like it too. For me, it's Queen Night at the Opera. It's another long one. Struts Everybody Wants. Oh, this is where it gets difficult. There's like
Dane came up with this question and he doesn't know the answers.
I know.
Yeah,
I
feel
still
like you
don't.
should
This
have
is
written
Dane's
I know.
MO.
I have 3 written down. That's the issue. I couldn't. I still can't decide which one I want to bring.
But you can bring 3.
But 3 for the third spot.
Oh.
I'm going Aerosmith Rocks.
Nice.
It was either Aerosmith Rocks, Kiss, Rock and Roll Over, or what was the other one? Rolling Stones, Sticky Fingers. Oh,
Nice.
Alice Cooper from the Inside. God, this.
We're not going to hold you to this, Dane.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
This is a hypothetical situation.
My favorite albums, man. They're so good. So good. Especially rock.
Looks like all of Frank Sinatra's best songs are split across different albums, so I'm going to go with Remy Archer at the Sax Collection.
Fair enough.
What a callback.
That is a great way to
Oh
end
my
this
God.
episode,
I would
Ryan.
agree. Thank you.
Take us home, Dane.
All right.
First of all, Nicole, thank you so much for
Yes.
taking time out of your schedule to
Yes,
hang out with
thank
us
you.
tonight.
Yeah,
Of course,
thank you
thanks
so
for
much.
It was a
having
lot of
me. My
fun.
pleasure.
If
A lot of fun.
at any time I offended you, just know someone was texting me things to say. Okay.
It's
So I
practically
appreciate it.
impossible to offend me.
Fantastic. Great. Well, thank you so much for being here and being such a great sport. And I will connect with you for voice lessons for my
Yes.
daughter.
Please. That'd be
Yes,
awesome.
absolutely. And
Nicole.
Mags.
Oh, me?
Well, we'll start with you, man. We'll start with you. We never start with you.
Oh, are we
Wait,
just all
right.
saying nice things to Nicole? I went
No.
first. Just remember
No,
that.
Diz
She'll always
Journey.
remember
It's
the
coming
first.
Coming up on Into the Disneyverse. When this releases, we
Oh.
will release our episode on Spaceship Earth with you, Dane. Actually, you were on that
That's
episode
true.
because Chris
I
was dead
was?
for that one. Yeah, you were. and it was super, super fun. I
I
honestly,
didn't know that.
I thought the history was going to be kind of boring, but the conversation was so much fun and just such a rich, humorous episode that's definitely worth checking out. So highly recommend.
What about you, Scott? What's coming up on hold on a minute. What's it called now?
No New Friends podcast.
Parents Night Out.
No,
It's
still No New Friends podcast.
No New Friends.
Yep.
It isn't?
Yeah, we're not changing it until mid-October. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No New Friends.
He's changing it in honor of my
I wanted to be
birthday
the
in
first one to
October.
ask that question, man. You ruined it for me.
Well, you can if you schedule an episode for that month.
So
you're the one that wants that it gets the schedule in the way, man.
My schedule gets
Me?
in the way. I'm the worst.
That's true.
So yeah, we're counting down till the end of No New Friends podcast. Because we came up with this idea, this notion that No New Friends is not really searchable, nor is adulting. So we're switching gears. It's going to be called Parents Night Out. It's the same content, so you don't have to be a parent to love it. It's kind of like our night out. So yes, there'll be some parent fails and stuff like that. We're not going to talk about how to change the baby's diaper. We don't give a shit about that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's
but
very cool, Scott. How about you, Nicole? What's coming up? No, I'm kidding, Scott.
Take your minutes at once.
You have 8 minutes.
I made him
Dane.
mad.
No, but
keep going, Scott.
we're
Let's
excited
go.
about that, and we've started putting teasers out, and we're moving forward with creating a buzz around the name change.
Yes. And Nicole, what's coming up for you and for Roundtable? You probably don't know for Roundtable.
Yeah, for Roundtable, we'll be recording tomorrow night, so that should be fun and interesting as always. Yeah, Jewel is getting busy, so come check out the charity games. It's lots of fun, and try to give me a hard time. I will definitely give you a hard time. And guess what? I have the authority to kick people out. So that's awesome.
Nice.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
It's super fun. And yeah, otherwise I'm a boring person. So nothing else.
And
And
tonight,
Dane,
tonight we
beautiful
learned a lot
diss.
about you that we didn't know, and you're not that boring, I would say. What were you gonna say, Max?
Dane, big beautiful Diz. What's going down?
Big things. Going to California next week. I'm
California,
going to
here you
be-
come.
Yeah, a lot of recording there. A lot of videos going to be coming out in the coming months. After that, yeah, a lot of big things coming for the channel. Another big thing coming is the documentary is being screened at the Pennsylvania College of Art and Design on November 1st at 6 p.m. So if you're in the area of Lancaster City, if you're in that general vicinity and aren't doing anything on November 1st, want to see a really good movie, come on out. It's a free event. So there you go. Anyway, hope everyone enjoyed the episode. See you next time. And Scott,
We love you.
Love you guys.